close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left.
My land is Kenya. For some reason, I love that song, and I love singing it. It has a deep voice. I could try and pull that as well. My land is Kenya.
Right from
How am I doing, you guys? Am I trying in music? Oh wait, it is right here you will know what education really means. All of you who are thinking of dropping out of school, once you meet my guests tonight, you will change your mind. I am very serious about that. Welcome to the show. This is Beyond Limits. My name is DR.EZEKIEL, and we're excited. We are ready to be inspired, to be motivated, to be entertained, because you're going to know something about Mheshimiwa. Things about him you never knew, and I hope he will be able to reveal them to us. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Dr. Ezekiel MUTUA.
Thank you very much.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me here.
How do you feel so far?
Well, it's wonderful. You can sing, you look like a model.
I do!
You are twanging. I didn't hear anything you said, but I'll catch up. It comes with where I come from.
MUTUA.
So I thought you just landed from America, you know, like American, trying to acclimatize with the African accent. But beautiful. That's a good start. And thank you for starting with the patriotic song, My Land is Kenya. That's powerful. I love that. That's a good way to start the show.
Oh, that's nice. I think they should just drop that song. Alright, so now a lot of people are seeing you so easy here.
Yeah.
They have searched you on the internet, they have Googled you, they see serious photos of you. Sometimes you fight for children, you fight for the public.
Yes.
Through the film board that you've been a director, you've worked with KBC, you've been all over the place, always the public at the center of your heart. But now you're here smiling.
Yeah. I'm an easy guy, as you can see. Yeah.
Tell us more about you.
Well, I'm a patriotic Kenyan, someone who loves God, someone who believes in themselves, somebody who has no time for haters. I live my own life. I celebrate with those who celebrate me. I avoid haters like a plague.
Like a plague.
And I enjoy life. Yeah. But I believe life is about rules and procedures. Right from the creation, from the Garden of Eden, we were given rules.
Yeah.
There is what we should do and what we shouldn't do. Humanity is about freedom. That basic freedom. That's why I like the American Creed.
Yes.
It says every human being was born equal and they have unalienable rights, among which is liberty, life, and the pursuit of happiness.
Pursuit of happiness.
Like people pursue happiness, but within limits and as long as you don't interfere with the space of the other people.
All right.
So that's what I preach. But I think sometimes I come out naturally tough.
Yes.
Because I've been a school leader, since I went to primary school.
Talking of school,
Yes.
I'm just gonna cut you short there and take you to the secondary school. Today there's a lot of unrest in the country with what the students are doing in their schools, but you're from Tala.
Yes.
You went to Tala.
I was the school captain and CU chairman for Tala High School. That's where I did my
CU.
A-levels. CU Christian Union chair and the school captain when Tala was Tala High School.
Yes, when it was.
I'm telling you, I used to stand at a corner and the entire school, including teachers, would go quiet. If you go to Tala, you'll find there's a plaque with my name.
Wow.
That talks of a school captain. The living certificate that the principal wrote for me, it's amazing. It has all the adjectives. A cooperative, illustrious, hard-working, mature. It has all the qualities I can't even memorize. That guy wrote all the adjectives in the book. So it's not because I was an angel or I've been an angel, and I'm not. There are no angels here. The idea is to embrace each other in our own weaknesses and infirmities and weaknesses. We just know that, live and let live. Let's enjoy life.
So a lot of people are watching today and they're saying he has made it. He's one of those Kenyans. He's one of those people who we admire out here. But you have just said you're human. So it is true that you went through certain challenges as Dr. Ezekiel.
Absolutely. I was born in abject poverty. We were so poor in our family. We could not pay attention. Have you seen poverty? We're so poor. Poor people. I come from a place called Kaloleni in Mwala. I am so public, by the way, even including the way I embrace my parents and my relatives. A place called Kaloleni, and that place was neglected. I remember when I was growing up, we were under Kangundo constituency, and the MP was a freedom fighter, Paul Gay.
Yeah.
And they would campaign and reach just near our place and say, the rest of those votes, you can give them to the monkeys. You know, he and with utter contempt. He was like, I don't need them. I've already...
Wow.
Yeah, we were backward, you know. We were not recognized. And I grew up noticing that kind of injustice. I noticed it in our family. My father was so polygamous. He was the akukundenja of Ukambani. I always say the most resilient woman I've ever seen is my mom. She saw 23 other wives come and go.
23.
And I used to ask her, why are you sticking to this guy? When did you go out? Because that time it was very popular for women when you are mistreated.
Yes.
Just pack your and go to your father's. And she tell me, you know, your dad was not bad.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he was not like this. Ni karubu, ni pombe ilimuharibu. And because of those issues, and there was no role models, we didn't have a lot of, you know, pillars, pillars of encouragement and inspiration. It was just left, we were left to the vagaries of nature. But my mom taught me to go to Sunday school. And we know our poverty, even when we have not eaten, she would say, go to Sunday school. So those inspirations from the environment and the context of the poverty, I think gave me a very good beginning. But we were poor, really. I remember the villagers, and God is gracious. He's kept some of them who used to lend my mom money to pay for my school fees against rains. When the rains come, and she tills the land, and she harvests, she will sell the yield and pay. And they would trust her. You see, these are the values I talk about in community, that someone would trust a poor woman like my mom, lend her money for when it rains. And in Ukambani sometimes, it used to get dry.
Yeah.
I look at that and wonder, there were no collaterals.
Yeah.
These guys just believed. Some of them educate their kids today, and thank God, she's still with my dad. My dad is 100, she's 96, and they're still together.
Wow.
Yeah. So when it comes to poverty, waking up early, my dad was a no-nonsense guy. So discipline was military.
No
you know?
jokes.
Military. We would see him and go quiet.
Oh, yeah.
Grew up in an environment where when he comes, you all fall in. Yeah, he would wake us up and we had chores to perform in the morning before we go to school. Some of them very interesting chores, you know, like going to fetch water, you know, at 5 in the morning. With that, you know, that cult that is pulled by booze, and some places that are so steep. That, you know, I wonder how that drum never rolled on us. But you know, look at it. There were snakes all over, and it was the environment, it's right in the bush. But we grew up in that environment, and that's why I say, the kids in Nairobi, you have no excuse. They got no excuse to say I'm dropping out of school because of poverty. I cannot. Education is an equalizer. If you just read, get good education. Work hard, and I'm not telling good education in terms of S. No, you don't have to be an S student. But if you discover your purpose, but pursue education. Education is an equalizer. Let me tell you why it is an equalizer.
Yes,
my wife went to Kenya High School from 1 to from 6. Kenya High School is a school, like, you know, it's just for the privileged. You know, we have a joke about schools that are the polling stations, and schools that are presidential debate venues that look like this, you know. So she went to a presidential...
I did not know that, but hold. Doctor, you have to hold for that moment. In fact, the viewer and I are still connecting. Some are polling stations.
And others are presidential debate venues.
Oh, please, if you're watching, do not worry. Whichever it is, remember, you're getting your education with the purpose, you're good to go.
I always tell her I'm the boss. I went to schools that are not in the map. She went to Kenya High, but we are married. Because when we met at the university, you don't ask ulienda shule gani. That is not important. What is important is we are now in the university, and we are shaping our future. And it doesn't have to be university. It has to just be education for purpose of living and navigating through life. If you can get the skills, the knowledge, the understanding that would help you navigate through the issues of life, you know, expand your scope. Education expands. There's something about education. It just opens up. Do I look like I went to a polling station?
Yes. I
look smooth,
You look like you went through a polling station and once in a while.
I look like I went to a polling station.
Oh, yes.
No, I'm smooth.
Just kidding. You look smooth.
I passed, and I'm happy that I'm a CEO, despite doing my BA. Of course, I was posted as a DO. I worked as a DO in CIA I later became a journalist, worked for the Nation Media Group for 9 years. I later became Director of Secretary General of Kenya Union of Journalists and the Director of Information and Public Communications. Secretary of Information is the highest secretary, is the highest job group in the public service. After that, you can only be appointed politically. And I've reached the apex in the public service. And the sky is the limit. I keep dreaming that one day,
just one.
It's the one in day.
Oh yes, that one will be more original.
One in day.
So one in day,
I will become a big guy.
he will become a big guy. He has not forgotten home.
No, I actually like going home.
But let us continue.
Okay.
Besides being, the big, I will say the big guy, because Kenyans like to say, oh, that's my man. Mm-hmm. You are a normal guy, so you do have a favorite dish.
Absolutely.
Omena
no,
it's not omena?
Look, there is a chicken they do at a place called Rubicat, at the risk of marketing. But that's where, if you want to eat, by the way, that's where we have eaten with Raila, His Excellency, Raila Amolo Odinga, with Kidiru, the former governor of Nairobi. That's where big people eat, Rubicat. They cook, they do something called chicken, wet fry.
Wet fry.
Yes. Okay. And fish. Like you've never seen.
Yes, call it the way it is.
So basically I'm a chicken guy, but once in a while I balances with the samaki. But when I get home, my mother knows modokoi has to be there.
Oh yes, I was just about to say modokoi.
Modokoi.
I'm good. I pronounced it correctly.
Modokoi.
Modokoi.
Yes.
Not modokoi.
You are closer, yeah, don't worry.
Yes. So, now you know that he loves chicken. If you also bring fish, it's okay. But next time, sir, I would love to eat that fish.
Yes.
And chicken.
Yes, absolutely. I can take the entire crew after this. Ugali, chapati. Me, I'm an open guy. God has been gracious. I grew up in poverty, but these days I find that I have everything that I want. The food and the appetite. There are people with the food, but they have no appetite. Others with appetite, but no food. When you have both, you're blessed.
Where do I lie?
So when I get food, I eat. Try me.
So you have food and appetite?
Yes, and I always have food and appetite. Then share.
All right, sir.
Over the bar.
This you have to do drum roll for. In fact, my drum roll.
I say over the bar, over the bar, over the bar.
Let's do this.
I say over the bar, over the bar, over the bar. Do it.
Over the bar,
over the bar.
Over the bar. Haters. Over the bar.
Even haters over the bar.
Over the bar.
Limits
over the bar.
Limits over the
bitterness
over the
bar. Haters. Rusha mikono juu, weka shida chini. Banjuka.
Yes. You follow me? Yes. Yeah, you can. Yes, they can do this.
Sounds like a boxing.
I think I'm doing it wrong too. They will tell us. Okay.
Why don't I see you do it?
The dress.
Don't you just go. Just do it. We will celebrate you. We're gonna celebrate you. We'll pay you for it. Let's go. You know it.
Right. This spring is big and you know DJ gospel music more and money me shop whatever me say no and no
you see.
Alright, so guys, as we dance to this song, we take a very short break. You do know that we're coming back with the best segment of the show as we of course close the brain buster, so don't go too far away. Let's take a short break.